Hello and welcome back. I'm Ravewood, and we are once again here on the Valheim server. We once again are not joined by Darius this week, but he will be back next week. In the last episode, we went and we got some ore so that we could finish upgrading the Galdr table, and I found what we needed to be able to upgrade the last bit for the Black Forge. Kept forgetting to come back here and make up some mechanical springs. But once we have some iron again, I was able to do that. And now we've got full upgrade. I've upgraded my armor to level 3. So we're as strong as we can be right now. But the Galdr table here is really out of place. And it's kind of cramped in here. We need to fix that. So I am going to take and make a place for the Galdr table. And I both want to keep all the crafting stuff fairly close to the crafting hall and close together so that we can repair it easily. And I think right down here would be a great place for it. Because I looked into Galdr a little bit, and apparently Galdr is actually the word for magic. And so the Galdr table is just a magic table. But Galdr was primarily practiced by male Vikings, or, you know, people of Viking culture who are male. And were probably kind of, not necessarily ostracized, but people were afraid of them. So, being kind of away from the center of town a little bit also fits nicely. So, right over here, kind of on the edge of the water by itself, seems like a great spot to set up the Galdr table at. And I couldn't find anything about what like sites of power look like. So I think I'm just going to make up some standing stones. And right here was the 3 wisp fountains. I think I want to try and incorporate that into the build also. What am I doing here? Okay, so I'm going to start off with just making a nice stone platform right down here. See if we can get it up just a little bit so that's hidden. Alright, now we've got a nice little 5x5 platform here. And it's supported all the way across with stone underneath. Now we gotta figure out how to actually make some standing stones and where to put them. So I'm gonna drop off the extra stone in here and go grab some black marble, because I think that would make a great material for a standing stone and really help it stand out from the rest of the structure. So I've been doing a little bit of experimenting and trying to recreate some of the standing stones that I've seen in the Mistlands, and I am not having much luck. But I did figure out that kind of the key to doing so is you've got the standard block right here that is at full strength, but if you break it, then it starts looking more broken, cracked, and damaged, and it looks more like something that was carved rather than, you know, something that was carved into a block. So that's kind of the key to trying to figure out how to do this. And I came up with a few kind of starter idea designs. So we've got kind of a guy here with arms and a head or helmet, and then we've got kind of a smaller guy here who's got arms and he's holding a lamp so I can have some lighting here. And then if I damage him, we got this side over here. And this one looks very, very clean, but this one looks more weathered and more real, like an actual stone would be, or an actual carving would be. So I'm going to damage up that one right there to match it up. I just wanted to be able to show you. Got the damaged one, and this one has an octagonal little piece right here where this one has a square piece. And made the arms a little bit different too. But this one right here is undamaged versus damaged. And I think the damaged one has more character to it. So I'm going to damage those up. And then I need to add the Galdr table in here. So we can throw You know, I don't think I can have this horn wisp fountain right there. I think I need to have the Galdr table there. Yeah, right there. And then we got these little skulls. I'll zoom in. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Where should the skulls be? I think they should be pretty close. And then we've got the rune table. Throw that on this side of here. I've got plenty of space. So I can just throw them out like that. But now the problem is, crafting stations have to have a roof over their head. Even though it would look way cooler without the roof. So, I am going to now figure out how to add in that roof. And so I will pick up the rest of the wisp fountain. Gotta figure out where to put out a third wisp fountain too. Now that it's kind of out of balance. So far, I think this is looking really good. I'm thinking of having the roof be held up by some poles going through their arms. And hopefully I'll be able to make it look like they're holding up like a shade over top of the Galdr table. Yeah. That's what I'm going to go with for now. Maybe have it stretched up from their arms over to these guys' arms over here. That could be cool. Alright. I'm going to do a little bit more playing around and see what I can come up with. Be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. I got a roof on the place. Kind of comes out of their heads, which is both cool and kind of ties them in as part of the build as well as being decorative. But there's also some core wood support beams back here in the back, which I'm having trouble getting back to. Anyways, where it's coming up and being supported from. I wonder if I could make it entirely supported out of their head. But then I don't think that the station was counted as being covered. I had an initial earlier design of a smaller roof, and when I removed part of the back supports to make it look better, it counted the station as being exposed. So I had to rebuild the roof to make it in a way that I like. And I think this turned out really well. I took it and carried over the arch motif that we have going throughout the whole base. And wow, it's getting darker. It's raining on me. But I embellished the motif with the dragons here, and I think that looks really cool. It makes it unique and adds a little bit more majesty to the area. And the actual roof design mimics the roof design that we have over here, and I think that helps tie it into the rest of the build. The width add a lot of detail and character to the area, and just that movement and life to the build that really helps make it special. It would just be nice if the wisps kind of danced around more than one fountain at a time, but all the wisps tend to focus on one fountain. Is strange. Also not necessarily the most usable place to harvest the wisps. And I've got the third fountain over here, kind of off by itself, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Good place to have the chest over there. But it would be nice to add it into the build somewhere. I might end up moving the wisp fountains to a different location so that they can all be together again. But I think they also look good here. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think that this place will look out of place without them either, though. Anyways, we pop around to the other side of the lake here. Yeah, it's much harder to see with the rain, but the place still looks pretty good from a distance. One thing we're gonna have to fix soon, though, is these crafting tables out in the water. They are starting to look very out of place and detract from the area. Same with some of the ones around the shore here. So we're gonna have to figure out how to hide those inside of some sort of stone build or something. And my little black stone or black marble statues here, I think turned out really well. They look very unique. and they've got a lot of character to them. And the more I look at them, the more I like them. The more they look cool instead of strange. Although, I'll admit, these ones still kind of look a bit strange. But I like them. So, I think that this has turned out to be a very strange but unique addition to the base, and it really adds a lot of character to the overall base. So, I'm very happy with it. If you're happy with it too, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll be back again next week with Darius. And until I see you then, have fun gaming, and goodbye!